Well, here's a highly unusual move that could pay off big or fall flat before the 2020 campaign even takes flight. Advisors to former Vice President Joe Biden are reportedly considering failed Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams as his pick for Veep right out of the gate. For a closer look at this so-called rising star of the Democratic Party, we turn to Trace Gallagher with the backstory. Good to see you, Trace.
Good to see you, Ed. It's not as if 45-year-old Stacey Abrams is sitting around waiting for the phone to ring. After narrowly losing the Georgia governor's race back in November, she has remained a hot political commodity. She's contemplating another run for governor in 2022 and is being heavily recruited to run for the Senate. In fact, in recent days, Abrams has met with Senator Kamala Harris and other party leaders about potentially taking on GOP Senator David Perdue in 2020. Stacey Abrams, the daughter of two Methodist ministers, was born in Wisconsin, raised in Georgia, and has put together a powerful resume. She did her undergraduate work at historically black Spelman College in Atlanta, studied public policy at the University of Texas, and got her law degree from Yale. Then, at the ripe old age of 29, she was appointed deputy city attorney for Atlanta. She was then elected to the Georgia Assembly and became the first black woman to serve as minority leader for the Georgia House of Representatives, where she built a reputation for working across party lines. Georgia newspapers say Abrams was instrumental in working with GOP Governor Nathan Deal on criminal justice reform and scholarship programs for low-income Georgia students. As a politician, she has vowed to fight for Georgia residents, and she is certainly not shy about fighting for herself. After losing the governor's race by less than 1.5 points to Republican Brian Kemp, Abrams initially refused to concede, accusing Kemp, who had been the Georgia Secretary of State, of promoting several measures that suppressed minority votes. Abrams still refers to the election loss as her moment of darkness. Watch.
Because when I stood there and said, I will not concede, it wasn't just for me. It was for the millions of people who stood with me, for the people who stood up for me, who showed up on Election Day.
And you will be hearing a lot about Stacey Abrams and maybe a little about Serena Montgomery. That's her pen name that she used to write several romance novels.
Trace, thank you.